I'll let them know. I'll tell them.
I mean, shit, we live.
Are we live now?
Yeah, we live. Yeah.
Oh, let me tell all the people. Hey, this is my fault. I talked to Voch, and Voch said you want to work this week. That's Voch Lombardi. If you're on my channel, Voch Lombardi, follow him. And I said, yeah, absolutely. And we're trying to work out a time because for an unemployed guy, I've been really busy this week. And if I need to play the sympathy card, it's because a friend of myself killed himself 8 days ago. So we've had a lot of things going on now.
Yeah.
Outside of that. So today I had a golf tournament I was playing with some friends that are in that same friend group who I love very much. And, I estimated the time I would be back, and the time that I would be back, Voch wanted to do something at 3. I said, what about 6? He said 6 will be fine. And then I wasn't home by 6, and I tried my best, but I wasn't home by 6. But I love everybody. And it was not the black man's fault. It was the white man's fault. But now we're here. Jeff
is on CPT. I am fighting for all of our rights to party. I'm Voch.
Hey, Voch.
VOCHLONBARD. I appreciate y'all for being here. Jeff, you got a button? Yeah. All right. Hey, man, let's run this for the cardio. Let's do this. Jeff, I know we just going to sit at this table and wing it for about 30 minutes till you start shaking and need food and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Why are we still going? Oh, my God.
Hey, man, life going life, bro. But let me ask you this, though, man. I just kind of put in the title because I feel like this is a broad question that can spark many other questions. Jeff, will the Cowboys be better this year than last year? And you can look at that from a lot of different directions, brother. You can look at well, let me set this up. You can look at the first 33 guys. You can look at all 56 or however many end up on the last roster. You can look at records and wins and playoff games and all that. You say no across the board, brother Jeff. Tell me why.
The Cowboys will not be better this year than they were last year. But the thing that is, I guess, most important about that is it also doesn't necessarily matter. The Cowboys cannot be better than they were a year ago because they don't have better football players than they did a year ago. The end. But here's what matters. They crapped all down their leg in the one game that mattered last year. They're going to do the exact same thing this year. They're going to win 10 to 12 games. I promise. They're going to do that because they still have the same best players. I don't think that they can have a better team on paper, man for man. But what matters isn't, were you better over the course of 12? Was Dak's QBR higher? Did CD have more yards? Did Micah have more sacks? Like, that's not what matters. What happens is after you win your 10 to 12, when you show up to play Green Bay or whoever is Green Bay next year, do you crap on yourself or do you play better on that day? They will not be a better football team from play 1 to the end of the regular season. And it also doesn't matter because if whatever version this is can play better in that one game that matters, then I guess you could say they're better, but it's not that they're better. It's that they play better on the day that mattered. No, they can't be better. It's not possible. It's almost not possible. Let me not say not, but it's almost not possible.
I'm gonna say I got 2 pushbacks. Well, before I get into those pushbacks, I just want to add another question for some more clarity and context, Jeff. So do you think that we can't be better because of pieces that we lost? Or is this more like of a Jeff is a superstitious, we won 12 games 3 years in a row? There's no way. We overdue for a bad season type. So you saying that the loss of Tyler Biadasz and Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler and even Tony, right? You're saying that and Michael Gallup, right? The loss of those guys equal enough to not be better than you were last year.
You never said Tyron.
Well, I wasn't gonna say Tyron. I was gonna roll these other guys out, and I was gonna. Jeff, I am a professional YouTube podcaster.
Tyron is the most important one.
Let me tell you why I think
Tyler Guyton will not in no world play anywhere near the level of football that Tyron Smith played last year. No way.
That's facts, Jeff Cavanaugh. But let me run this. Let me just run this past you, Jeff. True or false? This offense, the quarterback in particular, number 4, it ain't like Tyron Smith then played every game of the season, for Dak's whole life and career. Dak wins games with Cam Fleming, Cam Irvin, Ty Nsekhe, Chuma Adoga not knowing the place. Jeff, what if I was to say to you, yes, it's impossible for Tyler Guyton to be better than Tyron Smith. It's not possible. It can't happen. But what if you can still win those games because Tyler Guyton is simply better than Chuma Adoga, Cam Fleming, Cam Irvin, Ty Nsekhe, Xavier Su'a-Filo, whoever the hell you got to say. Dak has won games with garbage at tackles, Jeff Cavanaugh. Wouldn't you say that Tyler Guyton is enough to win games, though, bro?
I hope. I mean, I think Tyler Guyton's a massive unknown.
Yeah.
Because we both watched him in college, and I think our takeaways were similar, where I would say I get it, what NFL teams see and are betting on, but what you're betting on, the tape that was at right tackle for Oklahoma playing for left tackle at the Cowboys will be in trouble.
I disagree, Jeff.
Okay. So, but if he could be better than Chuma and you could survive that way, that would be okay.
If he simply knows the plays, he's better than Chuma Adoga. Go ahead.
Wait, okay, yeah. Well, the Miami game that Chuma had was full Chaz Green.
Chuma don't know the play. Chuma would look away and just block nobody. Chuma's the tackle, and he won't block nobody. And he don't know the play. So just be better. Go ahead.
If he could be better than Chuma, okay, you're still going from an A at left tackle to hopefully a C.
Sure.
Is that not actually take me down? The one thing I was thinking of before we even did this was that I wanted to talk about the Cowboys offensive line from the perspective of I feel somewhat confident in being able to predict how they're going to do at almost every position group except offensive line, where I have no idea. And it's what will determine how good are they. I know how good Dak is. I know that the running backs are bleh. But it doesn't matter. If you can run block, that's fine. I know that the receivers are good enough because CD is amazing and your number 2 is fine and your number 3 is meh, but hopefully something. I know Jake Ferguson can play. I know you can rush the passer. I know you can cover. So I know that I'm good at, I'll go backwards here. I know that the Cowboys are probably still better than the Eagles.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because you're better than the Eagles at the guy throwing the ball.
It's fact.
At the guys rushing the guys throwing the ball.
It's fact.
And at the guys covering people that people are trying to throw the ball to. And those are all very, 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 very important. The one thing that could be the reason that none of that is all that important would be if your left tackle's not ready, your center's not good, and Martin's not better than he was a year ago, and Steele's not better than he was a year ago, because then you suck. So like the offensive line is so much. This team could win 12 or 13, or they could win 8 or 9 based on, is Steele better than he was a year ago? Is Martin better than he was a year ago? Can the center play at all? And is the left tackle ready? 4 of the 5 are, and it's the most important thing for this team by a mile.
Jeff, let me ask you this. How many magic points do you attribute Duke Mayweather working with 7 of your offense, 8? He's working with 8 of your offensive linemen, Jeff. Now, some people may not care about Duke Mayweather, but Duke got fucking magic powers. I seen Tyler Smith play at Tulsa, and all of a sudden Tyler Smith could play left tackle. You know what I'm saying? And he's an all-pro guard now. And Zack Martin came out the other day. You're not a full-blown YouTuber yet, you know what I'm saying? Because you need to watch Cowboys.com and react to it. That's when you're a real YouTuber, Jeff. Zack Martin came out and he had the
he said he wasn't good enough last year. He didn't feel like he was ready.
I ain't say that. Zach said that.
Zach said that.
I ain't worried about that.
He said something about the training camp thing. He was like, I never felt like I was where I needed to be because I missed training camp.
Oh yeah, he did say sure. But the part that I'm saying is that Zach and 7 of the Cowboys offensive linemen work with Duke Mayweather now. Yeah. So that's your first 5. Brock Hoffman, because I don't count him as first 5. TJ and Nathan Thomas, your 6th round pick or whatever, they're all Duke guys. How much do you have faith in Duke's ability to raise what you have?
A lot. I think it's interesting because I know Duke. I'm comfortable saying Duke is a friend. I believe in Duke.
Yeah. I got his number.
But I mean, Duke worked with Terrence Steele last year. Didn't mean he played good football. Like it's not.
Terrence was hurt, Jeff.
How long are you hurt with an ACL?
18 months. You can walk after 12, but you need about 6 more. Ask Michael Gallup. He still.
I know, and that's what Michael Gallup and Terrence Steele have destroyed my entire thought process of ACLs Because once upon a time, it was 6 months. Unless you're Adrian Peterson, then it was like 3.5. It was a 6-month thing. And now we have guys who after 9, 10, 11 months go into a new football season and are bad at football. And I'm like, how did we go backwards on this? What in the world is going on? So no, I'm a Duke believer. I think Duke is a better offensive line coach than the Cowboys have had since running game Moses Callahan.
Callahan.
They haven't had a better coach since Callahan. The hard part is when your offensive line coaches of the team don't teach the same things that the guy who's better than them teach when they're in the offseason to try to make guys get better. No, I believe in him, but I don't blindly believe in anything. Like to just believe that. Do you believe you're going to be good at left tackle, good at center, good at right tackle?
I think so. Because
they're going to win 13.
So look, Jeff, here's my whole thought about this, right? I watched a lot of film last year. Tyler Biadasz wasn't good. He wasn't good at all.
He was okay. He just couldn't move anybody.
He wasn't good. I think Cooper Beebe will do a much better job of
the starter.
Cooper Beebe better be fucking starting.
Unless he's not the starter.
I ain't got time for that, Brock.
How many people got to tell you they love Brock?
Jeff, I ain't got time for that.
How many people got to tell you they love Brock?
Look, that Brock Hoffman, Connor McGovern shit, that's cute until we get to the get down. And if damn Kellen Moore was here, Brock Hoffman would be playing tight end or receiver or something. Look, that's gonna be cute for a couple of weeks. Jeff, I simply feel that Terrence Steele having more time off of injury, I think he'll be fine. Biadasz ain't good. I think that Cooper Beebe should be at least a smidgen better this year, much better next year, and you know, so on and so on. I think run game was shit all together. I don't think there was no amount of talent that can make that thing work. And left tackle, you have a point. You know, nobody's going to be able to deal with the right defensive ends the way that Tyron Smith was able to. But Jeff, you know, Tyron Smith was a much better pass blocker than he was a run blocker. So all Tyler Guyton got to do is be a better run blocker than Tyron Smith.
But Tyler Guyton's a better pass blocker than run blocker too.
That is true. That's true. I got much.
What are these people doing in the chat? I need to talk to people in the chat. I've seen multiple people saying that I am being negative. I'm just talking about sports.
Yeah.
What do you want to hear? That they're going to go 17-0? Yeah. That Tyron sucked? And that Guyton's amazing? And that Brock Hoffman's going to the Pro Bowl? Y'all need to chill out a little bit.
Tyron get weird in the playoffs, though, Jeff. I will say that. Not that I think that.
Y'all need to chill out.
Not that I think Tyler Guyton would be great, you know what I'm saying, versus Myles Garrett week 1 or versus any of these studs, but Tyron hasn't been great. All I'm saying, though, Jeff, is this is why I think the offense is better. And just tell me if I'm lying. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying.
I'll tell you if you're a liar.
The Cowboys' offense was nonsense for like 6 weeks last year. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know who they were. They didn't have a rhythm. They didn't know CeeDee Lamb was the number one guy. They wanted to run the ball, and they basically put the offense in the hands of Mike McCarthy. After the bye week, Mike was like, Dak, save my job, please. CeeDee Lamb got double-digit carries. Jake Ferguson became this pseudo wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 guy. Brandon Cooks, who wasn't 1,000-yard receiver, but he ended with like 8-9 touchdowns, Jeff, or whatever. If you have an offense and all your stats sound like, oh, since the bye week, they're the number one offense. Wouldn't you imagine if it was like, okay, well, since week 1, they're doing this thing that's good and that makes sense, Jeff? Wouldn't you say that the offense is bound to be better than it was last year simply because there's not going to be a 7-week acclimation period of slant flats?
If the offensive line can be close to what they were a year ago, yes.
The O-line was bad last year, though.
They were not. They were bad run blockers. And let's go piece by piece. Tyron was a great pass protector. Tyler was great at both. Biadasz was okay pass protector, just couldn't move anybody. Martin was okay at both, and Steele was bud at both. Yeah, they weren't great. And I guess that's what's scary is that what if you're worse than that?
I think I got to start cussing people out about Zack Martin, this whole idea that Zack Martin was bad last year.
He wasn't bad. He wasn't.
I ain't saying you. I'm talking about people. For some reason, when people see us being critical of Zack Martin, they think that we're saying that Zack Martin is bad. Nah, Zack Martin just ain't Zeus anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a human guy. He's a demigod now. He's not what he once was. But when we will go against these one techs, these 3 3 techs or whatever, tackle players or whatever. These guys that Tyler Biadasz can't block.
Yeah.
Or that Conor McGovern couldn't block. Zack Martin to block those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's punking Zack Martin.
No. He just
no. I feel like he was a good starting right guard as opposed to like the best starting right guard last year. And I think that he kind of said the same thing about himself.
Probably wasn't the best, but he was like third or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. But look, you can win with third. You can win.
No. Third, you will have somewhere between a good and awesome right guard. You will have somewhere between a good and awesome left guard, and then the rest of them. Oh no.
I think there's a bigger issue here, Jeff. I don't think the Cowboys have a talent problem at offensive line. Because how about this? Watch this. Voch says this, Jeff. Besides Trent Williams, who are the 49ers offensive line?
Oh crap! Top of my head. So no, that's not fair. Top of my head, I can't do it.
So real fast, Voch says this, right?
Is McGlinchey still there?
Who?
Is McGlinchey still there?
Hell nah, man. JD McKivitz play right tackle over there. And my point, Jeff, like
Colton McKivitz,
that's his name. So look,
yeah, you give me a last name, I'll give you a first name.
Yeah, Colton. Yeah. So what I'm saying, Jeff, is okay. How about this, Jeff? Besides Conor McGovern, who plays offensive line for the Bills that beat the shit out of us? That can just run the ball against us for the Bills.
Okay.
Besides Conor McGovern,
is Mitch Morse on the Bills?
Who?
Mitch Morse.
Nah, he ain't with them no more.
Okay.
I know like 2 other people on the Bills or whatever.
The one guy they had Deion Dawkins. He's gone, right?
Deion over there, yeah.
To your point, I don't know. I had to go look.
So my point is, Jeff, Tyler Guyton ain't Tyron Smith, but other teams can beat the shit out of us with less. We got a better offensive line than the Bills and the Dolphins. Rolling Lester, you don't even know Lester Cotton. You don't even know, baby. That's why you're looking at me like that, because you don't even know Lester Cotton.
I am saying, damn it. I'm used to being the one that's supposed to be the homer, and then Jesse is the hater. But now that I'm sitting here with you, I'm going to sound like the hater, because it's just not a given that you're going to be okay at left tackle or center.
What I'm saying, though, Jeff, this is what I'm saying. The Miami Dolphins have a worse offensive line than us. In my opinion, the 49ers have a worse offensive line than us. The Bills have a worse offensive line than us, but they can all run the football against us, Jeff Cavanaugh, is what I'm saying. So why?
Yeah, our run blocking was ass.
So why can't we, with 3 All-Pros, Jeff, last year, with 3 All-Pros, Jeff, why were we deemed a bad offensive line? Let me ask you this, Jeff. Okay, Jeff says this. Do you think the O-line was bad? Or do you think that scheme improvements matter more in this situation, Jeff?
I think like
or scheme. Go ahead.
I think like is the answer every time we talk about football, but people don't like it to be the answer. The answer is like yes. The answer is the offensive line was better at pass protecting than they were run blocking. The Cowboys were way too insistent on running like inside zone with a running back whose strength is one cut while working outside. Where's the third? I had a third place to go there. Like the answer is yes, that schematically it was not what they should have been doing or what they'd proven they were good at over the years before. And the running backs. And Tony Pollard was also not the same. So I don't think they were good at running back. I think they struggled to run block at right tackle and center. Left tackle, Tyron's not the run blocker he was. So like you had one great run blocker at left guard, a good one at right guard. You didn't have good run blocking. Your running backs lacked explosiveness, and schematically you were doing things wrong. So to your point, if you could do things right, BB can move people better than Biadasz can dream of. Steele, a year better, a year back. Martin, a year with training camp. You're going to talk me into this crap. You're going to talk me into being like, yeah, they're going to be good.
Talking shit.
You're going to talk me into it.
I do have a theory for you before I read the super chat. I don't know who sent it on whose side, but Ken Art sent it. He dropped a dime in there. He says, can Mr. Lombardi expound upon surgery/injury recovery times? Do the Cowboys rush their players back too soon? I don't think the Cowboys rush their players back. It just depends on when they get hurt. So Michael Gallup, for example, when he tore his ACL, it was towards the end of the season. So you're looking at least the end of the season for him to be considered all right, but then there's also this extra lag period where he's got to get comfortable with it, and all the other. I'm no doctor, by the way. This is just what I'm looking at, right? So Gallup probably took him a little longer to recover because it took that year and then like this extra time. If you look at Terrence Steele, who got hurt kind of in the middle of the season, the next middle of the season, Terrence Steele was looking kind of weird. He could play, but it was looking kind of weird. But that playoff game versus Green Bay, Terrence Steele looked fantastic because he was a little far removed from it. Tony Pollard got that same kind of thing where it took him like 8 or so weeks to get back right. Michael Gallup never got right. So Trey Diggs, which gives me a little bit of hope, he got hurt in week 3. So he should be moving around for camp. But I don't know if Trey is going to be good till like week 6 or 7. So I'm no doctor, but that's just what I'm guessing.
Yeah, the
Go ahead.
ACLs are weird. ACLs are weird because I guess just the human bodies are all different.
I will say in terms of offensive linemen, though, ACLs are better for us to deal with because we're more hip dudes, right? Like if an offensive lineman hip go out, you might as well take us behind the shed and shoot us because we just ain't gonna be. So Lael Collins hurt his hip, right? Lael Collins ain't been right since his hip been hurt.
He's hurt his everything.
He hurt his everything. Like wide receivers need their knees and their ACLs. Like Jeff need his ACLs. I need my hips.
Well, my ACL's been gone a long time.
Yeah,
long time. I've had 9 surgeries on this one over here. 9.
But you'll be a great left tackle because your hips are fine. Appreciate the super chat, Jeff. I got a question for you, sir. We had 21 minutes. Perfect. You ain't start shaking yet.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Do you think it's the hot dog or the bun?
No, this is a hot dog bun.
I think it's a hot dog too.
Talking about food, or we talking about like imagine something? Or we talking about?
Do you think it's the hot dog or the bun that makes it?
That makes what?
The hot dog bun or bun hot dog. If you're having a good hot dog, is it because of the hot dog or because of the bun?
Well, Jeff, I tell you what. Voch says this. A Hawaiian sweet roll hot dog bun can carry some bullshit, but you can put a brat on a slice of wheat bread and it'll be fine.
Yeah, brats are good. Yes, I have literally had 9 knee surgeries on my right knee, Drake Holiday. 9 on the right, 2 on the left. Yes, and then also I just want you to hear this, Voch.
Why not just start the day picking it up?
All right, back to you.
Hilarious. Yeah. Man, I've been putting this theory together. And let me just let me just preface this by saying, Jeff, this theory is nonsense. It's some bullshit.
That's a bad way to start a theory.
Man, I gotta be. Look, I'm a YouTuber, man. I'm a YouTuber.
That's a bad way to start it. Listen, I have a theory that I don't believe, and it's dumb. But here it is.
I believe it. It's just goofy as hell, Jeff. But it makes sense, right? Tyler Smith came out and had some locker room availability the other day.
Okay.
And he ain't slip and say a lot. These guys don't slip and say shit. But he was all like, yeah, man, we got new emphasis on run game this year, or just new emphasis here. Point of attack, and we got to deal with A gaps and B gaps. We're gonna work from inside out. That's what Tyler Smith said, Jeff. You didn't even know he said it. See, that's why you're looking at me like that. You ain't know, baby D.
Okay.
So to your point about last year, right? We had Tony Pollard, which would be a great running back to the outsides. You know what I'm saying? Perimeter runner, outside zone, buck sweep pin and pull guy, right? But we weren't great interior blockers. But we'll try to run Tony up the interior like that was his thing.
Yeah, with a center who is light in the butt.
Light in the ass, which would make sense about why Rico would look explosive sometimes, hitting them B gaps and the make gaps, Jeff. Jeff, I know this bullshit. This ain't real. This ain't real. But Tyler Smith came out and said, we're focusing on A and B gap. Is that why we're not taking running back seriously? Because we got slow ass Zeke, thumping ass Ronald Jones, and hurt myself Rico Dowdle. What if the whole Jeff? Listen to me, Jeff. Stop it. Wait a minute. This bush, Jeff. This ain't no good, Jeff. It's a horrible. It's trash, Jeff. Listen. Look draft night, right? We was looking at Marshawn Lloyd from USC, and we was looking at Jalen Wright from Tennessee. Both those guys are big speed juice guys, Jeff. What if we wasn't looking for big speed juice guys, Jeff? What if the Illuminati theory this whole time was to run up A and B gap? You got these 2 all-pro guards. You put thumping ass Cooper Beebe in the middle. and we just start banging people upside the head with Zeke, Ronald Jones, and Rico Dowdle? What if the idea wasn't to get Juice in the first place? This bullshit, Jeff. What if the idea wasn't to get Juice in the first place, Jeff? What if the idea was to become a physical running football team, and that's why we're not looking for fastbacks? Come on, Jeff.
Okay,
come on, Jeff.
5 things.
Okay.
I got 5 things. Number 1,
I want me some glory hole.
Shit, me too, man.
Number 1, just mixing my energy drink. Get you some.
Cheers.
I could totally. What are you drinking? What do you got?
Got a little Celsius, man. A little something.
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Look, we should get paid for this.
Name called Lou. What they talking about? We ain't promoting that, but yeah, man, it's a cool. You know what I'm saying?
They should pay us. We should reach out to them.
I need that pick me up. But go
ahead. First of all, less toxic. Special K has a great point. Jeff hates running backs. I would say that if that's the plan, shout out to people in the comments who know my answers. Ride Trap, who says Jeff getting sick to his stomach at the thought of 70s style offense. He's wondering where the carries for Lamb are. 100%. If the plan was to intentionally not be explosive because you want to run the ball up the middle, shoot me. Second, and I don't feel bad if I tear down your theory because you hated it more than anyone could ever hate your own theory as you tore it down over and over and over again.
It's no good.
I could totally see Jerry and Stephen Jones loving that plan.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
But I would hope that from the perspective of a guy that actually matters, Mike McCarthy, the reason they sucked before the bye is because that was their plan. Their plan was like, yeah, we could run it up the middle, get 3 or 4 yards of carry, and we could be really, really efficient. And then they sucked at football, and they're like, we were just kidding. Hey, Dak, please. And he was like, I got you. I'll throw it to CD a bunch. We'll score a bunch of points. So I do like the idea.
Come on, Jeff.
Kind of. Just not as it being like our plan is that we want to run up the middle for 3 or 4 yards of carry. You don't have to intentionally have bigger non-explosive backs for this plan. But I do like the idea that if you just sold me on, look, Cooper Beebe, I love that dirt is now a word in football. Dirts people.
Yeah.
Tyler Smith dirts people.
Sure.
Zack Martin can still dirt people.
Yeah.
We're going to go from being a light in the butt center.
Yeah.
And Zach, and the problem is that Guyton doesn't really fit this. Like Guyton, what has to come along for him is run blocking and nasty and all that. That's what's got to come along.
Yeah.
But the idea that you could go nasty left guard, nasty center, nasty right guard, and bully people, I love that. There's no reason to intentionally not have dudes that can do something once I give you a hole. But your theory, I only kind of hate it.
Even Terrence is a good run blocking tackle, Jeff. And there's a old, name for offensive linemen that probably gonna do what Tyler Guyton is gonna do. Just lean on people. We don't want you to lean on people like shoulders over toes, lean on people. That's how you end up on the ground. But you can tie a rope between Tyler Guyton and Schoonmaker, Brevis Spanfor, whoever, and they could just work combos together. Or if it's versus a 3-tackle, whoever, it'll be him comboing with Tyler Smith and we'll be all good to go. I'm really interested to know what this Duke Mayweather Tyler Guyton improvement looks like. I'm interested. Like, look, man, we
believe in Duke. We believe.
Jeff, I've seen what Duke was able to do with Tyler Smith. But Tyler Smith was a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Tyler Smith had all along. The thing that he had in spades was, I will beat your ass.
Yeah.
Like he always had that.
Yeah.
It was, can I get his feet and his hands working together and his feet right so he doesn't have to hold all the time when he's against a good athlete, but he could beat your ass.
Yeah, man. And that's one thing that hold on, Jeff. Let me show you what a YouTuber doing in this situation, Jeff. I'm trying to train you on the job. See, and I was trying to tell people that Tyler Guyton's Tyler Guyton's plight is different than Tyler Smith's plight. Like Tyler Smith just didn't know where to, put his hands. You know what I mean? Tyler Guyton don't know where to put his hands, and I didn't think he was just violent altogether. So Duke taking Tyler Smith with all these traits or whatever. Hey, do this with your hand, do this with your foot, and you'll be fine. If Duke can fix Guyton, I'll never say another bad thing about him, Jeff. And not that I say bad things about Duke, but hey man, Terrence Steele, you may have gotten lucky. You know what I'm saying? You may have gotten lucky with Terrence Steele. If Duke can make Tyler Guyton look like a whole nother dude, Jeff, I'll never doubt him again. Ever.
Yeah. Yeah. And I actually like the question from Guadalupe who said, what about Nathan Thomas?
As a man,
this will be a year away.
Yeah.
This will be a year away. But if you told me that Cooper Beebe is my center for the next 4 years and they can convert Nate Thomas to be the right guard, well, when I tell you you are going whoop ass, whoop ass, whoop ass in the interior, that sounds fun. Please, God, get me a running back. Why do I care about running backs? I don't care about running backs, but please give me a running back.
Ken Art dropped another dime, Jeff. He says, Jeff Cavanaugh, 6 eye surgeries over here. Nothing quite like a needle in the
No.
Appreciate you, big dog.
No.
No.
No, I'm just not gonna have that eye. I'd be I'd be a pirate. I'd be eye patch guy.
Well, I'm not gonna be a pirate, Jeff. I got an image. And Jeffrey Taylor dropped 5 in the super chat. Says wasn't the same style Mike ran in Green Bay with James Starks and Eddie Lacy. Let
me tell you a secret about me. This might not apply to Voch. Let me tell you a secret about me. I'll never lie to you. I have no idea what their run scheme looked like. I know both of those dudes were big, strong dudes. I have no idea what their run scheme looked like.
That time it was 3 guys, and they did a bunch of shotgun running.
I know they were West Coast. That's
Lacy, Lacy was like your main thumpy dude. Starks was the change of pace guy, but then Ty Montgomery was your real pass catchy dude like that. So Ty Montgomery was actually built like a receiver, and Deuce Vaughn is not. Eddie Lacy's built like a Mack truck, and nobody on our running back is that either.
Let Turpin and CD carry the ball. Let's just have fun.
Let's
have fun.
I'm with that shit, Jeff.
Appreciate you,
sir.
Let Deuce play a little bit.
Chat, do y'all have 2 questions for Jeff before we get him up out of here?
Oh, you think I'm freaking out because we passed 30 minutes?
Yeah, no, I just look. I don't know why I asked the chat if they got.
I got a question for Voch. Jeff says this. You worry at all about departures that we don't talk about much in terms of like Mike is still here, Tank is still here.
Yeah.
Dorrance was a good, useful player. Dante Fowler was part of your NASCAR package. How convinced are you that Sam Williams, Junior Fihoko, Marshawn Nealand, that group it's fine. Like that's replaced. No worries.
I think Dante was a much better player than Dorrance. I think Dorrance stumbled into 9 sacks as effort sacks, and I'm running away from Micah sacks. Anybody can get them. I ain't saying Dorrance Armstrong was hot garbage, like he served his purpose or whatever, right? But I don't think he's this irreplaceable player. I think Dante served much more of a role here. But Jeff, I think personally, you can get sacks with most guys. You know what I'm saying? I think if Micah and DeMarcus are like your main guys and you roll out maybe another dude, and look, Sam's talented. We've seen Sam with his, flashes or whatnot, but
listen, I know what Sam will do. Sam on every play he plays, it is either a
penalty,
a tackle for loss,
a penalty,
a forced fumble, a deflected pass, or a penalty.
It's gonna be one of them.
It is a splash play or 5 yards for them.
But I'll say this though, Jeff, the biggest impediment to the Cowboys defense was your run game. You know what I'm saying? Like you can find sacks, you can find pressure and pass rush. I mean, Donovan can sack people, you know what I'm saying? But it's the run game stuff that was really the problem. So we may lose on sack numbers, but if teams just can't run on us, I'm fine with that. Marshawn Nealand, even as a rookie, I believe, Jeff, just my own personal opinion, I think he's a much better run defender than Dorrance and Dante Fowler. Sam Williams has the ability to be better at it than those guys. And I just think by simply taking those guys away, your run defense gets a little better. You know what I mean? So,
and can I tell you that I think what you just said about the run defense, I think it applies to the pass defense too. And we'll see how it plays out. But I think everything about the Cowboys defense of the last few years is real boom or bust. Like you might end up grading out as, oh, yes, they were very good in DVOA against the pass because of interception numbers and all of those things. I think the odds are you will not force as many turnovers as you have the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
But on a down-to-down basis, it will be harder to throw the ball on you. It will be harder to, like, the averages might work out the same in yards per carry against you, but I think it'll be way less -3, 11, 0, 8, and more 2, 4, 2, 3. And on pass plays, it'll be less interception, touchdown, and it'll be more incomplete 4-yard gain. I think it'll be a way more down in, down out, consistent defense with less boom and less bust. That's what I think we're going to get, but we'll see.
Let me set you up for something, Jeff.
Set me up.
And I've been asking my audience this. Shouts out to Jeff's audience. I'm going to ask y'all this also.
Dude, your audience hates me.
Yours don't fuck with me neither. Like, look, everybody ain't for everybody, but there's some people from mine that love you. There's some people from you. That's how this thing works. You just visit people, and if they like you, they'll come watch you.
Can I ask you this?
Yes.
Is it ill-advised when somebody clearly doesn't like you and says something negative? Is it ill-advised to yell at them?
Man, fuck them people, man. Look.
So you're not trying to bring them around. You just go, okay, I'm not for you. Peace.
Look, I'm not a media trained Cowboy player or radio dude. I don't think the fans are the best part of Cowboy Nation. These people suck. I will openly shit on Cowboy fans. But what happens is your audience will start to think like you. You know what I'm saying? That's what your audience is. So there are many people in my audience that hate Cowboy fans also. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Good, I'm not just gonna vouch for everybody.
Okay. Well, I will tell you this: if you're a part of my audience and you don't love Voch Lombardi, you can go keep watching my keep watching my channel. He won't always be here. You'll hear sometimes.
Yeah, let me ask you one thing, man. I'm gonna let you go after this. To your point about sound defense, addition by subtraction, your pass defense being a little better. Voch says this. I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, Jeff. You think Zim's probably going to play a little more too high than Dan Quinn did?
Yeah.
He has to, right? That's part of his thing. He does that.
That's hard. God, that's hard to know because Jeff counters with this question. Do you believe this horse shit about how often they're going to actually play 3 linebackers?
I think that's nonsense also. Yeah.
If you're playing 3 linebackers, you're not playing too high. Who the hell's covering the slot? Like
they're going to run Clark off and put Jordan Lewis in there, and it's going to be nickel again. But, Dan's nickel, it was still a lot of 1 high. It was still a bunch of cover 3, which is 1 high. Offensive dudes look at cover 3 like it's 1 high anyway.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to get at though, Jeff. With more 2 high, I think your corners are a little safer, right? Just in general, you know what I mean? There have been many times where somebody just run clean past whoever cornerback 2 is. I'm like, damn, where's the safety right there, right? Yeah. I think it's going to be more safety. But Jeff, let me run this by you.
And now you're banking on guys like Nealon to be stronger against the run because we're playing more guys back.
And that's perfectly fine. I'll take that though. But watch this though, Jeff. Addition by subtraction. I don't think J-Ron Curse was good, right? He's gone.
He wasn't good last year at all.
I think you get a little better, right? Assuming Malik plays free, I think he'll play the free safety, right?
Of course.
I think strong safety is a bit of a conundrum here, okay? Because those dudes are going to have to play deep half now.
And that's not Wilson's strong suit.
It's not Donovan, and it's not Marquise Bell's strong suit, Jeff Cavanaugh. What are we going to do about strong safety? I dropped a Wanye Thomas Georgia Tech film session today.
Okay, I hadn't seen it. I was going to say, what about Wanye? Do you like him back there?
Jeff, I dropped a Wanye Thomas film session today.
How'd he come out? How'd he come out?
Shit, I pull that shit up right here. Jeff, what I'm saying, it looked, Wanye Thomas looks like somebody that can cover ground with things in front of him, who can man cover, and most importantly, who can come down and thump. You lose things sometimes if you got a safety that can play deep. They don't always come down and thump.
Yeah.
Wanye come down and thump, and he can play in the box, whatever you want to do. I think asking Donovan Wilson to go cover people is going to be a problem. I think Marquise Bell is a similar type dude to Donovan Wilson. That's why he played linebacker 25 pounds last year. I think Wanye Thomas is most likely to be your starting strong safety next year because he can do the too high stuff and he can help him run support, Jeff.
I think it might make sense, but I think you're high. I'll follow the money and say Donovan Wilson plays all them damn snaps.
But shit, for what? You don't want
because follow the money.
Man, Jeff, you don't want Wanye covering nobody. I mean,
I didn't say I did. I'm just telling you who's going to play.
And you just can't take people off the field when it's cover time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you following the money. Donovan just got paid. And look, I'm not even here to kick Donovan off a bridge. He just can't play deep safety for him. He can't play halves. Donovan playing halves.
Yeah. Hooker's the only deep guy on this team. And I'm going to have to, I will go watch your film session though. Cause that is the guy I would wonder about is Wanye. I saw him. I mean, everything we saw from him looked pretty good, I thought.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll see. Oh, Voch, we went over 40 minutes.
Hey, you wasn't even shaking. Jeff, do you think that Donovan Wilson is a free safety like Sky Nature says?
Nope. I think Donovan Wilson is a down safety, blow your ass up.
Yeah. Yeah. He is a blitzing box linebacker safety dude. That's what he is. He's a hybrid, maybe big nickel dude. You could possibly talk me into some big nickel with Donovan, but I don't
remember for 18 minutes when Izzy was a player?
Yeah.
What are they going to do with Izzy? Was that just somebody got hurt, he played some slot and he looked good and now goodbye?
I think the smartest.
What are they doing with Izzy? Nothing?
I think the smartest dudes are going to play for Zimmer.
You call Izzy stupid? No.
I'm saying Izzy got a shot. I ain't
saying Micah Parsons isn't gonna play.
I'm not saying who I think may not be smart. I'm not gonna say that because I'm trying to get interviews, Jeff. So I'm not gonna say who I think may not be smart.
Well, you better go straight through the players because PR ain't helping you for shit.
But I think as long as you smart, I think you got a shot in this thing. And I do think Izzy got some IQ because he's a dude that's played outside corner. He's played nickel corner in a playoff game versus Tampa Bay, and he's played some free and strong. Like, you got to be a smart dude to be able to play everywhere on the field. The same thing I said about Wanye. Some people don't think, oh, that's smart. I ain't gonna say who.
I just remember when Izzy had that one game where he played the slot and it was like, damn.
Tampa Bay, playoffs.
Yeah. And it was like, wow, we got something here. And then he just never played football.
We've never seen Israel Mukwamu ever again. Look, we didn't see him all year. And we didn't see him none after that, Jeff Cavanaugh. I think I'm going to say this and let you go because you probably want to watch TV or something.
No, I got a big volleyball game, league game.
You're just such an athlete. I think we're going to walk into this thing and there's not going to be any politics involved, not too much politics involved. And I think people scared of Zimmer for real. I think Mike McCarthy's scared of Zimmer, just me being honest. And I think whoever...
Micah Parsons is still going to be hanging out in the wide receiver meetings, or you think Zimmer's going to stop it? Because I don't think anybody's touching Micah Parsons. They let him do what he wants.
I think Zimmer don't give a fuck about none of that shit, dog. I don't think he cares about none of that goofy ass shit. Like, there's a lot of Cowboy fans that love Jimmy Johnson because Jimmy Johnson will cut a damn long snapper, but he won't cut Michael Irvin.
I'll say, yeah, people also lie about Jimmy. Jimmy wouldn't have stood for that. Yes, he would.
He would have stood. It was some wild shit going on the Cowboys.
When Mike stabbed that guy, Jimmy's first question was,
I'm not saying,
is he dead? And they said no. And he said, Mike's fine.
I ain't saying that shit on my show. But Jeff, I don't think Zim cares about none of that shit. Now, to be fair, I also don't believe that Micah's going to be a problem. I think Micah is going to embrace whatever hard work that he needs to get. I hate when people say Micah talk too much. He only talk when people ask him questions. like people ask him. He is
the president of a broadcast organization now.
What do you want to do?
I'm not mad at him. I'm just saying he does love to talk.
He makes money talking. If Pat Mahomes started a podcast tomorrow, nobody would care. Max Crosby got a podcast that nobody cared. What I'm saying though, Jeff. I just think Mike Zimmer is not gonna care. Have you seen this damn? Have you seen Gunther and Skanina? Have you seen these guys, Jeff?
Skanina could beat up anyone on this team.
You can't worry about
our D line coach could beat up anyone on this team.
Skanina don't know what a podcast is, Jeff. He ain't worried about that shit, man. These people ain't
Skanina's lower half, and he is not fat. His lower half weighs 300 pounds.
He's bigger than Marshawn. He's holding the bag for Marshawn, and Marshawn look little. And these people ain't scared of Michael Parsons, man. But anyway,
a big son of a bitch.
Jeff Cavanaugh, I appreciate you, man. This was a cool little thing to do on your channel. Cool for you to come over, do this on mine. If y'all not following Jeff, y'all please follow him, Jeff Cavanaugh here. He really need the subs now because he's trying to do this thing like all the time. So
I'm unemployed. Yeah, I'm unemployed. Yes. Yeah.
You're self-employed. It's a difference.
But my unemployment keeps getting turned down. Like I've tried 6 weeks, but that's just because I'm bad at following directions. Hopefully it'll work this week. I should be able to get some checks. But maybe not. I don't know. So give me money.
Them hoes do be acting funny, man. But go and follow Jeff on his thingamajig there. Jeff, what you need to do is make a Cash App and a
30% goes to them when it's super chat. I need to just put Venmo and stuff in my links.
Get you a Cash App and a
PayPal. Let me do one thing. Is there a way that I can text into the chat? Let me see. I need to figure out how to text into the chat because I have a second channel. Because this is a Cowboy channel. I don't want to bastardize my Cowboy channel by doing other shit. But I did get the blessing to do other shit from channel for it. So I'm gonna type it in the chat and I just want people to follow it. I'm just gonna do random shit on it and I want you guys to be there. Okay, here it comes. YouTube.com/ I think it's that. Anyway, there you go.
Just say what the name of it is and they can search it. Nobody does .com/XYZ anymore. Just time for Jeffrey. There y'all go. Just type in time.
I think it's time for Jeffrey. It might be Jeffrey time, but I think it's time for Jeffrey. Crap. I don't know.
Type Jeff Cavanaugh, you'll find it.
I think it says this one's called Jeffrey Time, but I think it might be time for Jeff. Who cares? I love everyone.
You're a YouTuber now. People need to know what your shit is.
Okay, but here's the thing. I also have a severance that lasts for 6 months, so I'm not really in a hurry for about 5 months. Dump. Is there a way to dump? No, we're not on radio. I can't dump that. That's going to live forever. People are going to know. I don't think I'm supposed to talk about it. Follow Voch if you're on my channel. Voch Lombardi is the best.
Anybody going to see this?
And I would say stay tuned.
Yeah.
All I would say is stay tuned to your favorite content producers and let me know who is your favorite Cowboy content producer. I want to know.
Some people know what's going on. I haven't said it loudly on my channel, but I've told some people in the Patreon or whatever. Big shit popping, man. Big shit on the way. All right, man. Y'all hold down for the dose, rewards, and peace. Till next time, man. Try not to be a dick to people because you never know what they're going through, man. Just be nice and love on folk. Peace, man.
Yeah, remember that. And
why not just start the day fucking it up?